Hello chess friends and welcome to Jozarov's chess channel and welcome to the round 3 of the FIDE Grand Swiss in 2019 in the Isle of Man. So we're continuing to follow the best games that are played in the day, and today I wanted to show you a great game played by David Helle, who played with the black pieces against Daniel Volturo. He played, oh, someone challenged me. I'm not gonna accept some challenges now. Sorry about that. So I'm using this Leech's site, so I get now many challenges when I'm recording videos. It's not a good thing, but okay, I'll leave it like this. I hope you don't mind. As said, David Helle, he was 3 times English champion in chess, and he's really strong grandmaster. His peak rating was about 2712, I think, and he deserves all of respect. Is also playing a very nice tournament. And the game that I wanted to show you, again, a challenge. No, David, we have David Hellman challenge me. Okay, let's play a game just for fun. I'm gonna play a game even with Dave. Okay, I'm gonna leave the analysis. Let's leave the video like this for the first time. Okay, Dave, let's play. I think David will. Okay, this is David Helle with playing. He's from the USA. He's really cool guy. Oh, he wants the fork. Oh no, Dave. No. Okay, I'm gonna take the pawn. We're playing a bullet game. Okay, let's click bishop on g4. Take. Oh, I pre-moved, but it's a bullet game. We're playing 1+0. Again, I'm pre-moving. I'm gonna take the knight. So Dave goes for the checkmate. Let's just keep on attacking. Dave, what you're doing, you'll be on the video. Let's go for a check here. Check. So I have to write down Dave that he's gonna be in the video. Ha. Okay. Okay, we're gonna continue now to analyze David Helle's game. I'm sorry about that, but I just want to leave it like this. So as said, we are in round 3 of the very strong FIDE chess tournament, and as I said in my previous videos, we have Dave. I'm not gonna play again against you. I'm recording a video. So the game that I wanted to show you, it was a really sort of a game which reminds me of one particular game that I've played against my father. It was in the Caro-Kann defense, and basically I don't like to play the Caro-Kann defense, but one day my father and me played some blitz games just for fun, and we always like to trash talk a little bit when we play chess. And then I told him I'm gonna beat you even in the Caro-Kann defense. So and this particular line that David Helle will also play, I have a little bit prepared, so I wanted to try it out. I'm basically not a Caro-Kann player, as I mentioned, so that's why I prepared. I just knew this particular line, and I managed to win the blitz game against my father. So you'll see now very good opening line, I think, for those who are playing maybe the Caro-Kann or have troubles while playing as black against e4. And as said here, Daniel Volturo played here the move e4, and we have c6 by David Helle. So we have d4 and now d5, knight on c3, and now we have d takes e4. And Here the main line after knight takes on e4 is bishop on f5. This is the main line of the Caro-Kann. We have knight on g3, then bishop on g6 can be played, then h4, h6, maybe something like knight on h3, or even immediately to play the move bishop on d3. And after potential bishop takes on d3, queen takes on d3, and similar ideas after, I don't know, e6. I never liked this position as black, although maybe the position is even simplified, but or even equalized, but I never found good ideas in this particular line. I'm not familiar with the ideas what to do here in the continuation of the game, so that's why I always like to play here after the move knight on e4, knight on f6. So that's the line that I also played against my father, and here knight on f6 is the best way for white to continue. If you try something like knight on g5, it's not good. It can be met with h6, then you have to decide where to go with your knight, here on h3, or so basically you're losing some tempos. Here after knight takes on f6, David Helle recaptured with the e-pawn. We have e takes f6, and now this is a very important thing for you to memorize. The idea of this setup, although we have double pawns, is to play bishop on d6, then knight from b to d7, maybe even f5, then knight on f6, and cement the knight here on e4. So this would be a very nice setup in order to prevent that white has to make many moves. And the main idea of whites is sometimes to castle even on the queen side and launch an attack on the king side. So we would then have an opposite side attack game. White would have the central control with his pawns, but black can really have a good coordination of pieces, because the problem of whites is that you cannot jump with the knight on f3. You can, of course, but it doesn't bring you so much because you cannot create an outpost here on e5. So that being said, you see c3 was played, fixing the d4 pawn, and now bishop on d6. As said, David Helle is preparing here his attack. Here bishop on d3 was played and castling. We have queen on c2, still common theory, and now rook on e8, and now knight from g2 e2. See, now it was Daniel Vocaturo's idea to play here the knight on e2, not on f3, because here maybe the knight can find maybe better squares, even maybe knight on g3 than knight on f5 is of course better than simply playing knight on f3, but the knight on f3 is the most natural square, so that's why this f6 move is really preventing this knight to play actively. So here David Helle goes for the most aggressive line. We have h5 here, castling, played by white, and now simply h4, pushing forward. Here we have h3, and now knight on d7. Of course, you see this f5 idea, it cannot happen anymore, because white has a good coordination with this queen and the bishop. But of course, black can do the same. Black can try to create a very dangerous attack on the dark squares. In the continuation, bishop on e3 was played. Maybe bishop on f4 is better to get rid of this annoying bishop, because the bishop on d6 is the best minor piece of black here. So bishop on f4 to trade it off immediately, I think it's even better. Here something like knight on f8 can be played, and similar idea. So after bishop on e3, here we have knight on f8, c4, and now bishop on c7 with the preparation to play the move queen on d6, and then threaten here to checkmate on h2. So you see, it's already dangerous for white, but here rook on d1 was played by white first, and now queen on d6, and now knight on f4. It seems that g5 is dangerous, but it's not a problem, because it can be met with c5. Of course, you have to retreat with the queen, and then knight on h5 would be very powerful. You see, we have troubles. We have here the light square troubles. We have a weak pawn on f6. It still has to be defended, so I think white would be winning here. So after knight on f4, bishop on b8 was played, simply building this very nice diagonal even more, and now preparing really to somehow maybe to deflect the knight, also with the preparation maybe to play the queen on c7, then the queen is not vulnerable to this potential c5 attack. But white basically doesn't want to play this c5 move, because then if that happens, then the pawns are not so mobile, they're not so flexible anymore, and basically we would then play against the simple blockade system here to avoid this d5 pawn breakthrough. So basically our main idea is to prevent this d5 move. So rook on e1 was played. Again, this g4 doesn't work. Again, I'm pointing out the c5 move is very annoying. Bishop on d7, and now king on f1, getting out of this potential checkmate threats, because if even a check on h1 happens, then we would have this square on e2 in order to escape. Knight on e6 was played, bishop on h7, and now king on h8. We have knight takes on e6, bishop takes on e6, and now bishop on f5. Here white searches for simplifications. Queen on h2 was played. We have bishop takes on e6, rook takes on e6, and now d5, c takes d5, c takes d5, and now rook on e8. Not a problem, because you cannot advance this d6 pawn. Of course, it's very well protected, so you have to lose many tempos in order to make that happen. That's why rook on d4 was played, and now king on g8. And it seems now that this pawn is lost. And here Daniel Vocaturo played, well, a very annoying mistake. He played rook takes on h4, and this is basically game over, because here David Helle found some great tactics. He played queen on h1 with the check, king on e2, and now rook takes on e3. If you take f takes e3, then queen takes on g2. You have to go with the king here. Of course, queen on c2 can be played. After king takes on c2, we have bishop on g3 with the double attack against this rook. So the problem is that you cannot connect this rook somehow and recapture the bishop. So that's why the best continuation would be probably something like rook on b4, bishop takes, and now rook takes on b7. But another problem here, after bishop on g3, we can again prevent this pawn to come on this d6 square. So here in the continuation, after rook takes on e3, king takes on e3 was played, and now queen takes e1, king on f3, and now simply bishop on d6. We have queen on h7. Very nice preparation here by David Helle. He also sacrifices this rook on a8. Here king on f8, we have queen on h8, and now king on e7, queen takes on a8, and now we have queen on d1. You see, the queen is a little bit out of game now, although we are down the exchange now. But now after king on e4, we have queen on c2, simply continue to attack. If you make something like king on f3, then it's forced checkmate, because here we have queen on d3. You have to move the king here on g4, but now queen on e2 would be the end. Then of course you have to play the move f3, queen takes on g2, and then after king on h5, we have queen on g5, and it's game over. So that's why king on e3 in this position was played. But now bishop on c5, you see it's still annoying here for the white's king. Rook on d4, and here queen on b2, and in this position white resigned, because you cannot capture here this pawn on b7, because the queen is covering, so you don't have any more checks. In the next move you lose simply this rook, and white has black has of course a completely winning position here. So okay, I hope you enjoyed this game. We'll follow this very nice tournament till the end. Meanwhile, you can watch my other commented chess games from the series, and you can also watch my best chess games of all time if you want to see the best chess games that have been ever played in chess history. And you can also subscribe to my channel if you like this content. Thanks you for watching, guys, and chess is the best, of course.